Hey, what's up, my ghosts and ghouls? Guess what? It's gonna be October pretty soon. That means Halloween. That also means a lot of horror movies. So I figure, what better way to bring the month of October in than to review some horror movies? Some that you may or may not have heard of. Like this one about to lay on you right now. I'm thinking about maybe doing three for the next couple weeks or so if I can, time allowing, of course. And yeah, relatively new to me when I seen them. So, maybe they're new to you guys too. I don't know. But since we're not going to be doing any trick or treating anytime soon, I figure, why not? We've got nothing else to do, right? Let's keep that scary Halloween spirit alive and kicking, shall we? All right. So, go into this film. By the way, spoiler central. So, if you haven't seen it yet, just hit the pause button or, go and see this movie first. Okay? Just go do that. If you don't care, come back. Be good? All right, cool. So, the title, the poster, parts of the trailer definitely, it kind of threw me off. I expected this movie to be something else, and it totally caught me off guard. In fact, it came out in 2019, and the fact that I haven't seen it advertised at all, actually, totally under the radar, 100%. I can't be more clear than that. It caught me off guard. So, it's called Sweetheart. So, with a title like that, once again, not expecting the kind of movie that I seen. This movie is a combination of Castaway with Tom Hanks and Alien with Sigourney Weaver. In fact, it has a strong female lead in this film. Um, so yeah, what is Sweetheart about? So basically, this young girl, she's a student, survives a wreckage. I want to say it's a plane crash, some tropical island that she kind of drifts ashore to. She's relatively okay, but a friend of hers, her partner, has like a piece of coral reef like stuck in his side. He's not gonna live more than 20 minutes in, and he passes away. And she's really upset. They must have had like some kind of connection. Probably I don't know if they're like boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe friends, close friends. So now she realizes she's alone. And throughout the beginning of this movie, there's not too much dialogue. It's her kind of like Castaway, like trying to figure stuff out. Okay, I need to fish. I need to survive. Is there anyone else on this island? And throughout the movie, you know, wreckage pieces that are useful to her wash ashore this island. She stumbles upon a flare gun at one point, which, she uses later on. Um, so yeah, the movie, like I said, was released in 2019. It was directed by J.D. Dillard. I wrote down notes so I, don't mess it up. And he's actually he's quite a list of credits. He's done a lot of television series, movies. So cool. And what I like it, what he did, he made this movie practical. By practical, I mean with practical effects. So I'll get into that in a second. Um, it's beautifully shot. Like I said, this is like the first, not the first, but like for a movie of this caliber to be shot in such brightly lit tropical environment. You're like, well, is it a survival movie? Is it a thriller? Is it a horror? It's, like I said, it's all those things. Literally, if you had to mash two movies together, like I said, Castaway and Alien, I'll tell you why. So when she goes ahead and buries her friend that just passed away, at some point when she stumbles on him again, you know, the dude's like eating, and she's like, "What is going on?" Now, prior to this, what shook her up even more, she found a abandoned campsite of a family who was already stranded there years before. And even more stranger, a makeshift graveyard site. Hmm. So something is very wrong with this island. So to add more, fuel to the fire, she hears a plane go over her head, like in the middle of the night. She figures, okay, I'll get my flare gun, shoot it off. Maybe it'll see it. Wishful thinking. Uh, doesn't quite catch the attention of the plane, but the reflection of the flare reflects on the water. And like, she's like now looking, like in the middle of this lit ocean at like a 6 foot tall sea creature. If I had to describe it, it would be like half human, half shark. It's the best way I could, you know, describe it to you guys. Yeah, it's like making a slow crawl right towards her. So she like, oh my god, I better like hide. So, you know, fast forward a little bit, she realized that she's not alone. In fact, she probably knew something was up because, as I said, objects are drifting towards the island, stuff that she may use or not. And on her little adventures, she deep dives in the ocean and sees like a looks like a cave underneath. She doesn't go in it, but she's like, huh, strange. Now she's like putting two and two together, and maybe this creature comes from that underwater cave. Who knows? So the movie becomes a cat and mouse game. She does something, the creature figures her out. She has to use all her wits and create these Home Alone style traps to try and defend herself, because this thing overpowers her like 100 to 1. In between all this, more people wash ashore. People she knows, and tries to convince them you don't want to stay on the island. Now they've been drifting out to sea for God knows how long. They want to stay on the island, so there's a little conflict there. But when they are introduced to this sea creature, they're like, yeah, we should go. But yeah, it doesn't make life any easier. So not only does she have to figure out how to survive on this stranded island, she has a freaking sea beast that wants to rip her to shreds. So she reaches her breaking point. Enough's enough. She's instead of quitting, she finds this inner strength in her and fights back with everything she can. And like I said, spoilers, but she does get the upper hand. I don't want to completely ruin it for you, but she gets revenge, put it that way. And the ending is left open. It's very ambiguous. Maybe a sequel, I don't know. But it's pretty cool. It makes you think, all right, what happens next? So if that's what they were going for, then they achieved that. But overall, you do see the creature, especially through the night shots. The day shots not so much. It's more of a feeling of dread during the day, but at night this thing could pop up any moment. I mean, one scene she's hanging bodies that drifted ashore as bait to try and get a good look and study this creature. And it's a guy in a suit, which I liked. Remember I was telling you about the whole practical thing? This movie was done with a lot of practical effects. Not too much CGI, which I liked. Not a big cast. Not too much dialogue, but it got to the point. You might have to, if you're not used to this stuff, you might have to kind of, sift through that. But it works. And it hits you. You're like, oh, I'm watching a monster movie. But surprise. And I thought it was fun. Definitely worth a look. I believe it's still on Netflix, so if you want to catch it, I think it'd be a great addition to your horror, view as you go throughout the month of October. Different channels have different horror movies on. It's something you probably haven't seen. Maybe you've seen it. I don't know. But I know it was new to me, and I'm so glad I caught it. So yeah, Sweetheart. Definitely check it out. That's really all I got to say about it. Like I said, I thought it was done great. Definitely kind of misled me a little bit, which made it even more enjoyable. So, you kind of knowing now, if you don't mind the whole spoiler thing, you kind of know what it's about. So, that might take away just a little bit. But other than that, I think it has a great build. And, as far as the climax, very open-ended. So take it as you will. But everything in between is great. Definitely, Alien / Castaway. 100%. Survival horror, if you will. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I think it's completely worth watching. If you get a chance, check it out. And Let me know what you think. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna try and do as many as I can. It won't be that much. I'll probably do like two more. But obscure horror films or horror films you probably haven't heard of yet. All right. Thanks for watching, and until next time, guys. Stay scary and peace. Oh, if you're out in the public, stay safe too. That's important. All right.